want to talk about Victor Wembanyama and some of Stephen A. Smith's commentary on Wembanyama. And this isn't the first time I heard it. He sounds like he's underwhelmed with Wembanyama's ability, but you can't watch this young man in any of the games that you've seen, any of the highlight footage that you've seen, not be enamored with the player that he could possibly become. But Stephen A. Smith said that he's not blown away just because he's 7'5" and he dunks. And that right there made me raise my eyebrow like, bro, how much do you really know about the game of basketball? I mean, I know you've been covering it, but is that all you see Victor Wembanyama do? Because that's not even the thing that catches our attention. Like, yeah, he's able to do some things dunking that we like, wow, you know, he's just athletically and physically blessed to be able to make that play, but it's really his guard skills and his timing on shot blocking and his footwork and different things like that that has catapulted him to this once-in-a-lifetime prospect. But J.J. Redick called him out on it, and you remember J.J. Redick has conducted his first interview since he's been in the States. So let's check this out, and I'll be reacting to it.
Stephen A., tell me this. Is this the most excited you've ever been about a rookie?
Not even close. And it has nothing to do with his skill set. I believe in him. I believe he's going to be a damn good, if not a great player. I get it. I just am so annoyed. He dunks in warm-ups or whatever, and people are losing it. He's 7'5", for crying out loud. Now, I know he can handle, he can shoot, he's got skills. I can't wait to see him on the NBA level. But I am just tired of the fawning. He's 7'5", and people make a big deal about him dunking. I'm just not going to do that. I'm incredibly happy about the fact that after tomorrow night, I no longer get to hear about Victor Wembanyama, this 7'5" dude from France that's tearing up the world. Everybody's been talking about him. LeBron James has commented about him. Giannis Antetokounmpo has commented about him, along with everybody else. Listen, I mean, we're sitting and seeing tapes of him missing shots and following up with dunks, and we're saying, wow, we've never seen anybody like this. He's 7'5".
And I would probably put Wemby right behind him in terms of the player that I'm most excited to see debut. I think what makes him so unique is not the dunking, Stephen A. That's not why people are fawning over him. They're fawning over him because he went to a historically bad club in a top 5 league in France, or a top 5 league in the world in France, and he took that team to the second best record in the regular season, lost in the championship game, led the league in points, rebounds, and blocks, plays like a guard, shoots one-legged threes, follows his own dunk. Like, it's not just that he dunks, it's that he does everything else. So those guys, like, we don't know what Chet Holmgren's going to look like. I'm high on Chet Holmgren. Sean Bradley, this is completely different players. He's so unique in what he does. And you bring up, it's interesting, you bring up Kareem and Bill, and it leads me to a point I wanted to make, which I'm just very curious to see how this young man's career turns out, because we've got 38 years of lotteries in the NBA. He will be the 39th number 1 pick in the NBA lottery era, going back to 1985. And there's been some fantastic players drafted number 1. Patrick Ewing, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Zion, all that stuff. In 38 years, there's been 3 number 1 picks who have won Finals MVP in a championship. And that's Shaq, Tim Duncan, and LeBron.
So I really wanted to point this out because this is the same Stephen A. Smith that was clamoring for Donovan Mitchell to come to Madison Square Garden. He was hyped to see what Donovan Mitchell was going to do as their main player, but he's not excited to see Victor Wembanyama. Now, there's always an injury concern with people that size, but by all accounts, and just based off what I've seen, his team is taking every possible preventative measure that they can so that he can avoid injuries. You remember he had that giraffe fall in that one game. The fact that he didn't get injured on that play is very encouraging. It shows like how they've worked out all his muscles. They've kept him very flexible where his body can make those moves and not suffer any trauma from it, you know, especially immediately, because that would have broke, you know, most people his size down if he wasn't doing all the right stretching and all the right pregame warm-ups. He don't just walk on the floor and play basketball. This guy, it's a full system they've had for a long time, obviously. And a lot of people don't know he's had Tony Parker as a coach at one point overseas. So he's had the NBA guys like him, Rudy Gobert, different other ones telling him exactly what he needs to do to take care of his body. He has access to some great, great people. But as far as Stephen A. Smith saying he's not excited to see Victor Wembanyama, man, I think that's crazy. He's like, since LeBron, he is the next prospect to that level. Like, some people would say KD. KD was a great prospect too. But I'm talking about as far as, put it like this, KD kind of came in LeBron's younger days. So it was still like the LeBron hype train was still on. So KD, he was a nemesis to LeBron, or not like, based on how the media paints it, he was a player that they pitted against LeBron. I'll say it like that. And he had the opportunity to take over the league, but I'm talking about just the global hype on a guy. Victor Wembanyama is the one guy that's coming in with that. Now, it's not to the level of LeBron's hype, obviously, because an American-born player, LeBron wearing number 23, passing like Magic, but got the bounce like MJ and all that. Now, that was huge at the time. And for some reason, just wings and athletic, athletic wings, athletic guards, those guys are just more identifiable. They are who you try to go out in the backyard and mimic more. You can't go out, you can't go outside. Not many people anyway can go outside and try to do what Victor Wembanyama does. I think by him landing in San Antonio, barring injury, we're going to see a Tim Duncan-like career, possibly. If they're able to build this roster out, they're able to draft, his quote-unquote Tony Parkers, Manu Ginobili's, and all those pieces like that, I think you're going to see a run if he can stay healthy. What I would like to see Wembanyama do, though, I want to see him get the simpler baskets, like the running one leg three and all that. I don't want to see as much of that, because I don't want to see, he has to wear like a size 22 shoe, or it's 20, whatever it is. I don't want to see his feet in the air and not coming straight down the lane and going forward, where it gives it an opportunity for your foot to come down on a defender's foot. I kind of want to see that shot taken out of his arsenal, just because of like the size of his feet and the players, being around like that. I don't want to see him get injured that way. But I would like to see him develop Tim Duncan's bank shot. I want to see him score the easiest he possibly can, because nobody can stop it. If he could turn around and shoot off the glass, who's going to stop that? Especially when he gets stronger and he can get any post position he wants, it's going to be a wrap. But I want to know what you guys think about Stephen A. Smith's commentary on Victor Wembanyama. Let me know in the comments, guys. And what JJ Redick said to correct him. Like, that's not what we enamored by him. We enamored by his overall skill set. But, hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.